Please join me in welcoming the new Assistant Secretary for Diplomatic Security, Todd Wilcox.
DIME is an acronym used in U.S. national security and defense that represents the pillars of American national power. Stands for diplomatic, informational, military, and economic. For 40 years, OSAC has been the catalyst that brings those four pillars of power to bear to keep Americans safe overseas. Good morning, my name is Todd Wilcox. I'm the Assistant Secretary of State for Diplomatic Security. Honored to lead both the Bureau and, by virtue of that position, this organization, this public-private partnership that is OSAC. I'd like to recognize Amazon. What an amazing facility. I haven't been here before, but very impressive. Unfortunately, my remarks are not down there on the teleprompter, but I appreciate the generosity of all the sponsors. I also want to recognize the sponsors at every level for OSAC, the executive committee, the board, the OSAC alumni, the CICs that are here. I want to welcome the 16 RSOs that we brought from around the world and the SACs, the special agents in charge of our field offices. They are truly the value that I think you'll get out of today's sessions. There's a new era of leadership in DS, in the State Department, and in the White House. And I think it's interesting that the 40th anniversary of OSAC is when we're starting off this public-private partnership. That is really the gold standard of public-private partnerships in U.S. government. I was confirmed by the U.S. Senate in early October, started the job about a month ago, and it's been quite a ride ever since. Every job that I've held over the last 35 years, I think, has prepared me for this leadership role. My professional life has taken me from infantry platoon leader in the 101st to a Green Beret in 1st Group out in Indo-PACOM. I've served as an Arabic-speaking case officer in the Middle East, the CIA. And for the last 20-plus years, I've been an entrepreneur, following that entrepreneurial journey across 4 different businesses that support those 4 pillars of U.S. national power. I'm going to leverage that unique blend of real-world experience and a very defined command philosophy to lead this Bureau and to lead OSAC from the public side of that equation. I use the term command to define my leadership position here, primarily because we are a paramilitary national security organization with an embedded law enforcement agency that's called Diplomatic Security Service. We have 3 primary lines of effort. We provide embassy security, and that's what you're probably most familiar with. Those are the RSOs and all the folks in the embassies that provide that safe space for our diplomats to do their job. We provide dignitary protection and criminal investigations. I lead 7 directorates of more than 4,000 direct hire personnel and over 20,000 contractors. We have a vast holdings of real estate, armored vehicles, drones, equipment, and we manage a multi-billion-dollar budget. We leverage that infrastructure and that human capital to secure our embassies and the diplomats in more than 270 locations around the world. We protect Secretary Rubio, our U.S. UN Ambassador Mike Waltz, our Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and more than 100+ diplomats from around the world that visit the United States. Not to mention all of the ambassadors around the world as well. We oversee criminal investigations from 8 domestic field offices and more than 120 overseas criminal investigating agents. We pursue crimes such as visa and passport fraud, cyber crimes, human trafficking. We hunt U.S. fugitives. We even manage the Rewards for Justice program, which is quite satisfying. This is the Bureau of Diplomatic Security that I lead. With me today are 16 of the RSOs from around the world and SACs from the field offices here in the United States. And it was the generous funding of OSAC that paid for their travel to be here today. And again, as I said, they really are the value that I think you're going to get out of today's content amongst all the other speakers that we have lined up for you. Those folks that we brought in today really are the leaders of diplomatic security. They're the folks in the field. I refer to them as the guardians of the State Department. They really are the practitioners of OSAC and all that OSAC provides to all of you as constituents. They are the folks that protect, serve, and police the workforce in the State Department. While I'm new to State Department, only been here about a month. I'm not new to OSAC. I was an OSAC member for quite some time and a constituent out in Kabul, Afghanistan. And so I really understand the value of what OSAC provides to all of you. I'll tell you just a little short war story. It was between 2012 and 2014, 2015 timeframe. We had about 100,000 plus U.S. troops in Afghanistan. I was running a logistics company that provided expeditionary logistics to SOCOM and the military and the intelligence community. We were delivering the U.S. postal mail by ground. So we were literally the Pony Express of Afghanistan. And more than once, it was OSAC and the constituent members of the Kabul committee that saved our lives. That truly was the value for all of us. What was true then is true today. You guys are really a very exceptional cadre of security professionals, and I'm impressed with everything you do. It is, like I said, the gold standard of public-private partnerships throughout the government, and I'm really proud to be in this position to help lead and set a course for the future. As the leader of the public side of that equation, I'm going to make it a priority, and I'm very optimistic about the future. Today I turned 59, so it's my birthday, and I pledge to you that I'll be here 40 years from now at 99. I'll probably still have the same tie. That's a goal that I'm going to set if I live that long. Again, I want to thank the generous sponsorship from Amazon, Boeing for yesterday's meeting, all of the sponsors for OSAC. I really appreciate everything you guys do. We at Diplomatic Security and OSAC will do our part to protect Americans around the world. As you know, it's a very dangerous place. There are enemies of America that want to lop your head off. We're going to do our part to keep you safe. It's up to you to do your part to be safe. So be hard to kill. God bless you.
Thank you. Please stay seated. Our next segment will begin momentarily.